essential role for non-governmental exchanges. Non-governmental exchanges are unique and different from governmental ones. Being non-governmental in nature, such exchanges are more flexible and have access to a wider spectrum. In this respect, the China, Latin America, and the Caribbean Friendship Association has done some good work, as it has set up ties of exchanges and cooperation with 25 countries and 30 friendly organizations, and convened 3 assemblies of Organization of Friendship between China and Latin America and the Caribbean. The second assembly was held in Bogota, Colombia, which I attached with a business delegation. That trip has been a boost to our economic exchanges and trade. The third assembly of Organizations of Friendship with China was just conducted in Argentina last month, which attracted more participating organizations and individuals than the previous one. Ladies and gentlemen, to sum up, despite the fact that China and Latin America and the Caribbean are far apart and quite different, with various exchanges and cooperation to be further advanced in many fields, I, as a prudent optimist, remain fully confident in the future of our cooperation. I would like to work with all of you to build a bridge of friendship between the Chinese and the Latin American and the Caribbean peoples, and play our part for greater cooperation and the common development on both sides. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Vice President Cheng, for this very thoughtful comments on the current and potential economic, political, and cultural cooperation, not only among governments, but also people to people. I think this is a very good start for our first section of today, and we would like to now open the floor for questions from the audience. Please. The audience has the floor. Please, could you identify yourself as well? Somebody is bringing a microphone to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your talk today. I'm Dan Erickson with the Inter-American Dialogue. Listening to your remarks, you didn't mention the United States. And obviously the theme is Chinese cooperation with Latin America and the Caribbean. But I wanted to have a little more of a sense of what your thoughts were on the role of the U.S. in the region. Are there areas of cooperation between the United States and China that could occur in Latin America? Or are there areas of competition that should be thought about? And then secondly, on the specific issue of Haiti, China has contributed peacekeeping or troops, police to the UN peacekeeping mission in Haiti. Haiti is a country that currently recognizes the government of Taiwan, and there's a concern that if the newly elected government does not drop the recognition of Taiwan and recognize China, China may, in fact, oppose in the UN the extension of the peacekeeping mission. So if you could comment on the role in Haiti as well. Thank you.
Okay. The first question is, we highly respect our relationship with the United States because China as the largest developing country and the United States as the largest developed country. The relationship between our two countries is not only very important to our two people, but also very important to the world peace and development. But today, because I'm speaking in this organization, so I didn't focus on the relationship with the United States. I think, generally speaking, the relationship between China and the United States has developed quite well in the recent years. As you know, President Bush just visited China, and our President Hu Jintao is going to visit the United States early next year. In Seoul, in my speech last September, I mentioned there are 3 C's about to describe the relationship. It's cooperative, constructive, and complicated. This because, you know, there are many common interests between our 2 countries, say anti-terrorism, anti-poverty, promoting world peace and development, fighting with drugs, and protecting intellectual properties and so. And also the nuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. So we have many things in common. We have to cooperate. And the second is, to speak frankly, there are some frictions and contradictions in trade and in other aspects. But we must be constructive. We must solve this problem by, you know, exchanging ideas and exchange ideas by talk and consultation. And then finally, I think we can find a way to solve this kind of problem, like the textile issues. Third is complicated. Please remind, I speak this before President Bush speech in Beijing. He used complex instead. I use complicated. But I think it's almost the same meaning. But so because there are certain issues, it's difficult to solve. But I think, as I said, I'm a prudent optimist. I think we can solve this problem by, you know, continuous exchange ideas, and we finally can find a way. As you mentioned, Taiwan issue is the most important issue in the relationship between China and the United States. And Taiwan is a part of China for many years ago. And the One China principle is acknowledged by most countries in the world, including the United States. So last March, we just passed the anti-secession law. This law has 4 highlights. First is One China principle. Second is the Taiwan issue is the extension of the civil war, China's civil war in the 40s, in the 1940s. So I talked with my American friends. I said, if in 1865 General Lee didn't surrender to General Grant and let his troops flew to an island close to the United States and declare independence, can President Lincoln and General Grant tolerate that? I think we can compare the situation. So the bottom line is we strongly oppose the independence of Taiwan. This is the bottom line. None of Chinese leaders can bear the responsibility to let Taiwan split from China. So I would say this is a major issue between our 2 countries. And I highly appreciate President Bush's speech. He repeatedly speak on One China policy and 3 communications. I appreciate that. I wish we can solve this problem in a peaceful way. In our anti-suggestion law, there are 10 articles. 4 articles related on peaceful reunification. But in some special occasions, especially if the Taiwanese declare independence, we have no other choice. We have to use non-peaceful measures. But I myself, this is the last thing I myself want to see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Cheng. There is a question from Ambassador Duran. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is, yeah, according to our engagement to the United Nations, in case of need, we will, send our people for the peace guarding tasks. So, but we would like, according to the resolution of the Security Council. Okay.
Ambassador Dunan from Canada, you had a question?
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President, for your very positive and constructive presentation. China has provided a great number of benefits to the region, particularly in the area of trade, and you've been able to do this through your own tremendous economic success by opening your economy, by trading freely with all countries in the world, and even engaging in free trade agreements. You mentioned the one with Chile just a short while ago. As you probably know, there is a project to create a free trade area here in the Americas, which most people believe would provide many economic benefits, and not only for the region, but for its trading partners. By being more prosperous here, we would be more effective trading partners for countries like China. Now, my question, which you may wish to answer under your hat of an academic, is what advice would you give to the governments of the region about a free trade area of the Americas? Thank you.
Okay. Actually, I made a speech at the PECC, at the Pacific Economic Cooperation Conference in Seoul last September. I mentioned, in my opinion, the regional integration is a new development of global economic globalization. See the NAFTA, the European Union, and also the 10+3 in the East Asian countries. So I think this is a trend. It's a new development and trend. It should be encouraged. And the regional integration and economic globalization is mutually enforcing and complementary. So first, we should follow the principle, WTO principle. Second, it is not exclusive. Regional integration should be open to any other outside countries if they express the interest to join the regional integration. Third is bilateral and multilateral negotiation and agreements should be encouraged. So in this case, as I mentioned in my talk, China, the free trade agreement between China and Chile already signed. And we would like to use this model and to improve this model with other countries. On the other hand, we also welcome all the Latin America and the Caribbean countries to cooperate with East Asian countries.